Hey guys, team call for February 9th. Today we are going over inviting. It is one of our 4 vital behaviors. I really just wanted to tackle that subject today, especially for all of our new coaches that are with us tonight and that'll be watching this recording. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and share our PowerPoint. Okay. Let me minimize this other stuff. I feel like I have so much stuff up right now. Okay. All right. Invite. So there's a reason why. Huh?
Don't forget to record.
I already started it. Were you not listening,
sure.
Coda?
I couldn't hear you.
Let me make sure I'm recording because he just called me out on it. I don't know how to check without stopping my share.
I see that you are on my end. It looks like it says in the top right corner recording.
Cool. All right. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. Why invite? Well, first of all, there's a reason why it's the first vital behavior. If you're not constantly inviting, you're going to really quickly burn out of your friends list, your warm market. You're not going to have, you're going to basically exhaust the people that you already have because you've already invited them to stuff. Or if you haven't invited, you don't have many to invite. And like, how are you going to start challenge groups or reach out with a coach opportunity if you're not inviting? There's a reason why invite is put in there 3 times as the first vital behavior. I'm a pen and paper girl, so I have I could show you my notebook. I have lists of people that I'm inviting and that I'm following up with. So for me, it's I'm constantly adding to that list. I'm not crossing people out all the time. I'm just adding to that list so that I always have new people. Letting other people know that the opportunity is there, whether it's coaching or just being their coach, is huge because some people just simply don't know that, they can be part of the coach opportunity too. They could do this. If you can, why can't they? Or even just having you as their free coach to support them. A lot of people don't know that even exists. I know for me, when I started, I didn't know there was coaches. And even though I watched that thing after the Insanity workout come up every day about Shakeology and coaches, I had no idea that I could be one of those people that could become a coach. I had no idea that I could have a coach that supported me. And when I finally had someone approach me about it and I joined his team that was there for probably 2 weeks,
yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, there's a whole community of people that are working out. There's nothing greater than that. Some people just simply don't know that exists. So you have to be open to letting people know that that's there, and we'll dig deeper into that too. Like I mentioned, you don't want to burn out your warm market. So a lot of times as a new coach, your first instinct is to talk to people that you're already friends with, right? So, whether they're high school friends, college friends, family, that's your warm market. They're the people you've been friends with all along. And that's totally okay. Sometimes I still talk to my warm market because there's a lot of people from college and high school that I haven't talked to. But if I wasn't constantly expanding my network by reaching out to brand new people, I probably would have already talked to all those high school friends and all those college friends and burn out that warm market. So that's why you need to constantly focus on growing. Honestly, I would say out of our 4 vital behaviors, this is the scariest one. It's the one that took me the most time. They say practice makes perfect, but inviting is scary. At first, it kind of makes you want to vomit. It's nerve-wracking, the thought of, I don't want to message someone, what if I offend them, or what if they say no, and that's so common. But they say practice makes perfect, and I always have to, remind you guys and remind myself that what we have to offer is priceless. For example, I said the other day on our last week's team calls, if your coach hadn't approached you, where would you be? If you hadn't found out about one of our workout programs, where would you be? It literally has been a big impact on your life because of what somebody mentioned to you, or what you saw via infomercial or whatever it was. So that's why I say you just have to constantly be building your following, and you have to be confident in what you're sharing. Because like I said, inviting is first vital behavior, and it's what grows your network. Whether you're using Instagram, Facebook, both, YouTube, Snapchat. I'll go into more detail, but I don't recommend doing many platforms at once. So for me, it was like I focused on Facebook until I nailed Facebook. Then I focused on Instagram until I nailed Instagram. Then I started working on YouTube. And I don't like, YouTube's not one of my main platforms, but I do make a lot of videos on it. Then I mastered Snapchat, and now I'm focusing a lot of my time on Snapchat. You don't want to overwhelm yourself with platforms, but you want to master each one and figure out how to use different platforms, because realistically, there's a lot of different people on different platforms. For example, I focus more on Snapchat and Facebook right now than anything else. It used to be solely Instagram, and I would focus most of my reach outs on Instagram and convert them over to Facebook. Now it's not so much. But since I've become a mom, Instagram has become my number one really quick. Let's see, I'll open my ad right now. I have an ad going on Instagram, and I have 10,188 likes on this pregnancy announcement picture. And I have 252 comments of people that wanted to join my challenge group. That's just one post because I made a call out on Instagram, and I targeted people that were moms, people that were expecting, new moms, etc. And Instagram has been way bigger than Facebook for me for that. Facebook, I've gotten maybe 5 comments. Instagram, I just showed you, I have over 250 comments. So it really just depends on your niche that you're reaching out to. So you have to be willing to expand your network in different platforms. Figure out what's working for you. So like it really just depends on what I'm posting, but I always try to give everything a fair chance. Tips regarding reaching out. I like the acronym KISS. Keep it super simple. Like literally, I think people are really quick to overthink reaching out, and that's what makes people so scared to do it. So literally, like if you guys were to go through my messages, when I follow up with people or when I message people for the first time, it's usually something like, "Hey, Kelly, how are you?" with a smiley face. I literally keep it simple, and I just start a conversation. I ask questions about them, and I keep the subject focused on them. And typically, when you're talking to someone, you're getting to know them, it kind of leads to your life, which your life is health and fitness. Or even if it doesn't, guess what? You just engaged with them, and now they're going to start watching your page, and they're going to see what you're posting, and you're kind of building the relationship, and it plants that seed. Like I said, practice makes perfect. So the more you reach out to people, the easier it gets. The biggest thing I can tell you is not to be focused on the outcome. When you reach out to people, it should not be like, I'm going to get this girl to buy a challenge pack. That is not what you should. People can sense that. They can tell that you're trying to focus on the solution of a sale, and that's icky, right? Like really our main thing that we're trying to do is we're focusing on their goals, their why, and if there's anything you can do to help them. So I used to tell, like a lot of times I tell new coaches, what I focus on is letting them know that I'm there to support them and help them. And my first goal is to get them to sign up on my link because it's completely free. Basically, they're just creating a Team Beachbody account to get me as their free coach. And that to them, if you make it sound like you're doing them a favor, because you are, it's free coaching, and then they get to join your free coach group or your like Focus Fitness. That is a privilege to them. And then they build that, you're building that confidence. But if you're focused on trying to get a sale out of them, people can sense that. Like seriously, like you guys know, like I talked to a girl that I haven't talked to in forever the other day. She messaged me out of the blue, and I knew something was up. I instantly had this like, okay, there's something going on, because she didn't care about me. She was just asking direct questions. And so I knew she was about to sell me something. And sure enough, she was. So, you guys got to be careful about that and really just keep the focus on them and don't focus on any expected outcome that you're wanting to get. Be interested in them. When I went to college with this girl, and she's my maid of honor. And, one thing that I always adored about her is every time we were in conversation and talked, her focus was on me the entire time. She literally was so interested in every single thing I had to say and she never kept the subject on her. No matter how much I tried turning the subject to her, she wanted to talk about me. Like, that is something that everybody wants. They want to feel appreciated and interesting and like you actually enjoy talking to them. So that's a really big thing, is when you're talking to people, be genuinely interested in what they have to say, because a lot of these people you're reaching out to, they probably need your help. They probably need your support, and they need someone who cares. So be interested in the conversations. My personal development book that a lot of us are reading, it talked about how, hold on, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, if you're focused on a million different things while talking to that person, sometimes that can come off too, like that you're too busy and you're not directly focused on them. So try not to multitask when you're focusing on your customers. You want to genuinely be focused on them and what they have to say. So I just mentioned how when it comes to inviting, the scariest part is, what if people say no? Well, guess what? They're going to. But no doesn't mean no. It usually just means not right now. If you go to a restaurant and a waiter asks you if you want coffee and you say no, do you think he gets offended? Probably not. So you can't get offended when someone tells you no. I had an example just today, even a girl told me no, and she said, honestly, it's not no permanently, it's just no right now because I can't. That's usually how it is. You just can't take it personally, because a lot of times they're going to come back, or they're going to start following you more, and they know that you planted that seed. So you can't let no steer you away or discourage you. In fact, if you're getting no's, that means you're doing something right. That means you're reaching out to plenty of people, because you're going to have no's all the time. Another tip is to use local groups to connect. I know we've talked about this in previous calls, but local mom groups, I'm a part of so many of those, and some are negative, some are really great, and some, are like focused on stay-at-home moms. Some are focused on mom tips and, all different things to do with moms. So you can look up local mom groups. You can look up stay-at-home mom groups, pit bull owners. If you have pets, like fur baby mom groups, book clubs, moms to be, running groups, whatever you're interested in, your niche market, try to join local groups like that. So for example, a recent one that's involved in my life right now is, I have apps on my phone for pregnant moms, right? You guys probably heard of them, What to Expect, Novia, and they have forums, and they opened a forum for July and August babies due in 2017. And they said, click this group to join on Facebook. Well, of course, I took advantage of that. Like, heck yeah, I'm a first-time mom. This is awesome. Well, I used that group. I use it every day to connect with new moms, because obviously I love the new relationships, but I can't even tell you how many friends I've made from that group that have come to me about health and fitness, or I've come to them, approached them about health and fitness, even being pregnant. Because even if you're pregnant and even if you're not working out, I can still help them as regarding clean eating and having healthier bodies for their babies. So that's a great way to connect with people when you have something relatable to share with them. Another thing is using references. So like we've talked about this before, when you reach out to someone and you can ask them if they have anyone they can recommend. So I'll give you a quick example on that too. Every woman that I added to my Mighty Mama Challenge group that's going on right now, I asked them to feel free to add any new moms or expecting mom friends that they had, because the more support we have in the group, the better. I can't even tell you how many moms I've had add tons of friends to that group, and I'm getting them as clients because it's references, and people will much rather go to someone, a friend of a friend, than a random person they don't know. References are huge. Same with mutual friends. If I'm scrolling through my friends list and let's say a girl posts a status and another girl's commenting on it, and I really liked her comment, and I click her profile and we seem to have a lot in common, and we might have 2 or 3 mutual friends, I'm going to shoot her a friend request. We seem to have a lot in common. Why not? She's probably going to accept it because she sees that we have mutual friend requests. Don't be afraid to do that. It's very rare someone's going to deny your friend request, unless you're like a creep and you send I guess it's worse for a guy. Like a dude sends a girl friend request is a little different, but mutual friends are huge. I'm really big on that, because for me it is like that. I like to have mutual friends with people because you connect better. How? Same thing, friend request to suggested friends. What? Oh, Dakota just randomly waved at me. Okay, I was going to see if I could show you guys this. It doesn't look like it's popping up in my feed. So sometimes when you're scrolling through your Facebook feed, something, I don't know if you guys can see this, something will pop up here and it'll say suggested friends. So what I'll do is I'll scroll through them, and if we have lots of mutual friends, I'll check out their profile, add them a friend request. Like I literally, guys, I add 2 to 3 people at least per day doing that way. And that doesn't include all the friend requests I get from Instagram or Snapchat or my Facebook ads, my like page. You know, so just by sending friend requests to suggested friends, that's going to build up your following. And when people see the friend request, guess what? They're probably going to stalk your page a little bit, and they're going to see a little bit about you. Then they might start following you. And then that way, when you do reach out to them, or if they reach out to you, they're going to know a little bit about you already. Okay, form relationships. So before I reach out to anybody, especially if it's a cold market person, like I've never talked to them before, I scout their Facebook page. I kind of get to know them a little bit. Okay, she's a mom of 3. She's got her 4th one on the way, or she loves pets. She loves to travel. And I just kind of get to know a little bit about them before messaging them, what they do, their occupation. That way I have some things to connect to them with. And I'm not just reaching out and have no idea anything about them. It gives me good conversation starters. We already talked about referrals. An oftentimes cold reach out that I have. So like today when I was sending out invites, or I was just reaching out today, and there was a few people that I had never spoken to before that had liked my coach opportunity posts. So what I did, I just sent them as a quick message. Hey, so-and-so, I see that we are friends and have never spoken, so I just wanted to introduce myself. How are you? Like I said, kiss. Keep it super simple. Like I didn't dig into anything Beachbody. I just said, hey, and I broke the ice. And like I said earlier, most likely, if you're staying tuned into the conversation, you're talking to this person back and forth, it's eventually going to lead to what you do as a coach and what you do as far as working out. Almost everyone needs help with that. So it's pretty easy to lead into that conversation without you kind of forcing it. You know what I mean? Know your niche. So this is mine. I meant to put a picture of myself in here. I forgot. So this is typically what I look for in my ideal avatar. So someone constantly striving to follow God closer. 20 to 35-year-old females, usually who I attract, married or in a serious relationship, likes to help others, is a go-getter, independent, introverted, very introverted. May not seem that way online, but I'm introverted. And a wife / mom now that wants to provide for her family. So those are usually, like, when you look at all my messages with people, most of those women are all within that because I attract women like me. And the way that happens is like regarding your posts. You know, you're posting about your life. You're not making stuff up in your post that doesn't make you relatable. You're posting about your life. And when you make yourself relatable, people like you are going to see those posts and they're going to reach out to you and they're going to, you know, connect with you differently than someone that's completely opposite of you. So knowing your niche helps because it helps you form your posts in a better way, knowing how to connect to those particular people. So for example, not just a regular post on Facebook, but also like my ads. When I'm picking my my target, what's the words I'm looking for? When you pick your target reach, I guess just your target reach. These are typically the things that I type in, the interests: working out, health and fitness, clean eating, married, the demographics, yeah. God, faith, independent. You know, I always type in these demographics and these interests of other women so that I'll track those kind of people. I'm telling you guys, if you're not running ads, it's huge. Like, if that Instagram post wasn't enough for you, I was paying $1 a day getting all that, and I bumped it up to $2 a day because I was blown away at the responses I was getting. I have 118 people in my Mighty Mama Challenge right now, and I guarantee at least 90% of them are brand spanking new people I got off Instagram. I mean, that's well worth $2 a day to me. So especially because right now I'm really working on probably 25 of them at once with challenge packs. So that's when you make an investment like that and you get to connect and expand your market, that's huge, and it's a well payoff. I honestly don't think I might have done in my past 4 years, I might have done more than $3 a day 2 or 3 times. But realistically, we usually do $1 or $2 a day. So you don't have to break your bank to run an ad. When you make posts, never ever use stock images. I know this is in our Coach Basics, everything that you guys have read, but I still see it. And I was guilty of this when I first became a coach. Do not use stuff like this, guys. Nobody looks at this and thinks, oh, wow. No, they think it looks icky and salesy. This makes you relatable. When you focus on posting stuff that's more personal and more appealing, like this is me. It's clear I work out, but it's clear I love tattoos and I'm happy and I'm running a mom group. So it's like much more appealing than if I was to slap this let's do PIO or let's do 21-day fix image. Same with like the health bet. I did a transformation because you can transform your body in just 30 days of doing the health bet. Instead of slapping a huge graphic for the all access pass, I made my own graphic and then I slapped my transformation in there. So you just have to make it more personal. Like I think we were forming our challenge group post a couple weeks ago, and I had told someone, use a selfie. Like seriously, selfies are huge because people want to see you. They follow you for you, not for a stock image. So selfies go a long way. Okay, so an example of a reach out on a coach opportunity post. So I sent out tons of these today. You guys might have seen my income post that I made the other night. So this is what I sent to people that liked it. I just want to say thank you for liking my post about what coaching has done for us and the freedom that income has given us. I know that we've talked about getting you started, so curious, would you like to hear more of what I do to see if it might be a good fit for you and your family? So that's an example of a post I was sending to people that I had talked to before about thinking about starting up on their health and fitness goals. So, you know, what I did is I left it in their hands, but also said, do you want to see if it might be a good fit for you and your family? Why not? You know, like it might not, no strings attached. I have another one. Okay, hold on. That's not the one I was wanting to show you guys. This one's. So this is another one I sent out to a girl that I know pretty well. Hey, CJ, I just wanted to reach out to you to see how you've been doing, as well as throw something your way. Dakota and I have done very well with being able to retire him. We are looking to grow our business exponentially this year for several reasons, including one being our little one on the way. So we're expanding in a big way. You stuck out to me as someone that would seriously be good at what we do, especially with already dealing with people on a daily basis and successfully as your own business. If you think you'd be interested in chatting about it, seriously, no strings attached to your decision. I'd love to chat further and give you more details to see if this opportunity would spark your interest. Just let me know either way. So what I did with this, thanks to Dakota, he helped me form that message. So we form these before just sending them out because we want to relate to people. So what I did is I went to her page. I looked to see what she does, which I already knew, but I went and looked. So I put in that, you know, the fact that she deals with people on a daily basis, running her own business. She's a photographer. And I connected to her that way and said, I know that you would be successful because you're independent. And so like I connected to her first and I knew what to say. Another lady I sent it to, I knew she was a nurse. So I knew she cared about helping people. So that's what I threw in with that one. So, you know, this was just a cold coach opportunity. It wasn't because she liked my coach opportunity post. It simply was because I knew she would be a good fit for our team. So I sent her out the invite. So I want to show that example before going into this one. All right. So this is another one. So I figured this was suiting, being that we have since we have a webinar coming up soon. So this is what you would send to someone, like kind of, you can change it up how you want, but it's a little script of what you send to someone that you would like to invite to a sneak peek. Hey, so-and-so, I'm hosting a little sneak peek into what I do as an online health and fitness coach, and I'm in the business of helping as many people as I can physically, emotionally, and financially. So to help more, I'm looking to grow my team with like-minded individuals. I feel like you would be a great fit for what I do. Since I feel like you are very similar to the type of person I'm looking for, would you be interested in checking out some more info about it and giving me your honest feedback? So like, guys, really, like, it's not forcing them, it's asking them if they'd be willing to. And if they say no, most of the time I'll be like, okay, that's fine. I would ask them if they have anyone else that might be interested. So that way, if they have anyone that could come to mind, and most likely I'm probably gonna tell them, I'm looking for someone that has these characteristics. And I name it off because if you name the specific things, they're instantly gonna start thinking about people. And if they can't think about it right off the bat, I'd tell them to get back with me and let me know, and I'd check in tomorrow. I always put like a sense of urgency so that I let them know I'll be following you up with you at this time, this day. So that way they're ready and they see how serious you are. So this is like an example of a reach out. So it's kind of funny. Hey, how are you? Keep it super simple. So I just wanted to put that out there for you guys. It's literally that easy. So then I just talk about life and genuinely ask about theirs. When it does become a fitness subject, I use questions to dig deep. Like, are you currently working on health and fitness goals? How's it going? What are some hurdles that you encounter? What would losing X amount of pounds of feeling healthy do for you, and feeling healthy do for you? What makes you lose motivation? So when you're digging deep and asking them deep questions like this, it kind of makes them really, really think. And it puts them in that mindset of how bad they really do need health and fitness and how they need to get on track. And like we talked about last week, it adds more value to why they need health and fitness in their life rather than just cold asking them. So really always keep the subject on them. Focus. I mean, it's okay to talk about, we did feel, felt, found, how we talked about that last week of, telling them how you felt and what you found to be a solution for you, relating to them, because a lot of times you can relate to them. But it's also important to focus on them and focusing on, what are your struggles, what usually keeps you from hitting your goals, so that they can really dig deep and think about, wow, what really is the cause of me quitting, whether it's getting bored at the gym or not having support, which is a very common one. So when they bring up those hurdles and they tell you, how to combat them. They don't have support. Guess what? I have challenge groups. You have me as your coach. If they get bored at the gym, guess what? We have programs with calendars that tell you what to do every day that takes out the guesswork. So you have a solution for everything. That's why it's important to dig deep and find out the root reason of why they feel so terrible. Lastly, be confident. I say this all the time because people can sense it. If you're confident in what you're doing and your belief in Beachbody and working on health and fitness goals, people can sense that. And it's very encouraging to them because like Dakota was just on a call with someone the other day and he was like, I can sense how genuinely exciting and passionate you are about this. And that means a lot to me because it gets me excited. People sense that, and that's huge. If you're like unconfident and you're unsure and people say Shakeology is expensive and you're like, yeah, that's true, they're not going to buy it. You have to be confident and you have to find hurdles around it. Yeah, I used to think that too. I felt the same way. We were actually on food stamps when I first started Shakeology. But what I have found is that when I sat down and did my grocery list, we actually saved money with Shakeology. Like when you do the feel, felt, found, and you're confident in what you're talking about, that's going to play off a lot better when you're just playing, I don't know, I guess so, and not confident and not very bold. So focus on them, be confident, and think back to where you were, and that's probably where they are. So that kind of helps put it in perspective for you too. So that's all I had for today. You guys can feel free to ask questions. Was that helpful for everybody? Everybody's muted.
I think it was helpful. Danielle, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you put those conversation ideas in like a file in the group, or are they already in there? I know it'll be on the video.
I used a lot of new ones, so I can make it into a new file.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll post that in the file section of our training and probably Auxiliary at Empire too.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
That was super helpful. It was a good refresher because I've gotten a lot of that's what I do when I'm messaging people, but it was good to see some different ways of wording things.
Good. Yeah, I think that always helps, even for me, hearing different perspectives from other people. It's just like how Becky used the example of people ghosting. So now I'm pretty sure I'll always use that reference. But it is good to hear different perspectives all the time. And even for me, forming calls like this helps me, even though I do it all the time. When it gets your mind stirring, you think of different ways of approaching things, it really does make a big difference. That's why, like I always want you guys to share screenshots of objections or reach outs so that everyone can get ideas from it and how to combat different objections or how to handle different reach outs. Because everyone's different and different perspectives work for different people. Well, I appreciate you guys getting on tonight. I know it was a little longer than usual, but we have 3.5 minutes left.
It was fun. I like seeing you guys.
Thanks. It was good to see you guys, and I appreciate you guys hopping on. Alrighty. Well, I'll talk to you guys all later.
Thanks, Danielle.
You're welcome. Good night,
Bye.
guys.